Hi everyone, it's Monday morning, August 22nd, and hopefully you're wrapping up the week 1 assignments in Apes. I tried to keep those fairly simple and mostly process oriented. I do want to remind you on the introduction, your story discussion board, if you've only made one post, you need to go back and interact with others. I can't give you full credit on a discussion board if you don't interact with anyone, because you're kind of missing the point of a discussion board then. So take the time, go back to your story, make sure you've made more than one post. Those of you that may have made several posts over the weekend, I've already graded yours, so you're great. So I will do my best to put up a weekly video on Mondays in this class for you, but the class itself, as I said earlier, isn't divided into weeks. So on Tuesday, Wednesday this week, you should be wrapping up that week 1 orientation stuff, and many of you have moved on into Unit 1. So you're going to have 2 weeks on Unit 1, and you have 2 chapters to cover. So let's say you're going to spend the first week, which is about 8/24/25 through the end of August, on Chapter 1. So I just want to go over kind of how this class is set up. So at the beginning of each unit, you should have a unit opener with a video here, so make sure you watch that. And in there, I'll probably will talk about some of these assignments. And I've put in due dates for each of the assignments, so you can see those. The other thing you might want to look at here is take a look at the beginning of the unit to see what the culminating assignments are. In first semester, it's going to be mostly a multiple choice exam and the FRQ, which is free response questions. That's a big part of the AP exam. And this test corrections. I'll talk more about this piece later. Just get in the habit of looking to see what's in there. In each week, let me talk about how each chapter, how that's set up. So the first page gives you your reading assignment, and always in your textbook there's that opening story that there's usually a discussion board that has something to do with that. So that you need to take part in. And remember, discussion boards are more than one-stop shopping. You need to visit it more than once during the week. Then there'll be a vocabulary page in each chapter and a link to the Quizlet. A really good way for you to learn those words. I've got those all set up, and if anyone wants to add words to them, let me know and I will give you rights to do that. After the vocabulary, I've tried to list web videos and resources. Certainly feel free to do a Google search and see if you find any others. And if these links you find aren't working, let me know and I'll do my best to find a replacement, okay? Then if there's anything extra I want you to know, that'll be in here. So the crash course video, of course, this week obviously will be important. After that, you may have assignments. So this week you've got it's kind of a lab, a parking lot biodiversity lab, where you're modeling biodiversity using the cars in a parking lot versus going out into the wild. So you have to know that environmental scientists model a lot because you can't do an experiment on the environment that could be catastrophic. So keep that in mind as you answer questions. There's a link here for some help, and the hectares problem, I have to look at it to see. Oh, it's a link out. So that one is also just review. All right, then at the end of each week, on the reading page, I gave you a study guide to fill out while you do your reading. At the end of each week, I'm going to give you the key to that, or each chapter, I'm going to give you the key to that. Because this is an AP class, I trust you to do the process first and then look at the key to see if you're getting that right. So that's entirely up to you, but they're there for you. All right, then you're going to get to the chapter quiz and the FRQ. So chapter quiz, these are timed because when you take the AP exam, it's timed. So you have about a minute per question. And I've got these set up for only one attempt, and you can see the correct answers. I want to really keep that this way on the quizzes. Remember, your grade is weighted in this class, so you have classwork and assessments. Essentially, that's your two categories. So quizzes like this are classwork, and everybody should be going through and getting pretty close to an A on classwork. It's really going to be your exam work that's going to define your grade in this course. And the reason it's set up that way is because this is an AP class and a college level class. So the FRQ, the free response questions, those are going to be like it's going to be like an essay question, and these are like what's on the exam. So it's like a multi-part question, and I've tried to break it out. These also are timed, so you have I think it's 20 minutes to answer this one, and that is very similar to the AP exam as well. So when you go through your answer on this quiz, I want you to use on Schoology, I want you to use the toolbar and make bullet points or make numbers so that I know which part of the question you're answering. So like the first one, they're all part of the same question. Don't just write me that paragraph. Get those bullet points in there so that when the grader on your AP exam looks at your exam, they know that you're answering all those parts of the question. And I've tried to break it out so you know exactly how many points each of those are. Once everyone's I will try to wait till several of you have taken this to grade the FRQs, because it's just much easier to grade them in a batch, because my mindset then is all on grading them the same. But in addition to that, I will share a key with you once I've graded them so that you can kind of go back and say, this is what I missed and this is how I need to write better next time, so I'm getting all of those FRQ points. I did have 3 people take the AP exam last year, which was great because I only had 5 in this class. And I only know one of their scores, and he did great on the multiple choice, so that tells me I'm getting the content there. But also he was a 9th grader, so the writing wasn't up to where it needed to be, and he was just shy of getting that 3 and getting the AP, the credit for college. So that's going to be my focus this year, is to get you guys up on this writing and make sure everybody's there. All right, that's long enough for week 1. Hopefully that's enough to get you guys going. Have a great week.